This is fallen over here. Good morning. Is this mic working fine? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. I think most of you are very familiar with the Dolphin program, but the most important thing is really to speak on behalf of the Offsets Group how happy we are that we have today our two strategic partners that we've been in discussion with for a while now, and most of you have known for a while that we have been in discussion with most of the energy majors in the world to pick the kind of partners that we would need to be able to drive the strategic vision of Dolphin forward. I'm very pleased to have today with us Joe Sutton from Enron Corporation and Gerard Sessus-Bourda from ELF, soon to be renamed.
Oh, it's fine.
Has been renamed Total Alfina, who have decided to join the Dolphin initiative after a considerable time spent by us in trying to find the best partners to go forward. I think Enron and Total Alfina speak for themselves, world leaders, and in fact world leaders from the needs that we have, which were very specific needs. And I'll get into it in just a couple of minutes. For those of you who may not know the background on the Dolphin project was an initiative that was started by the government of Abu Dhabi, principally because of a need for gas that was effectively standing in the way of our own economic development. A slightly different approach to most of the gas projects that you see around the world and the integrated energy projects you see around the world, because it's the demand that was driving the need for Dolphin rather than the supply. We have our own industrial development requirements as well as other requirements within Abu Dhabi. And very soon the geographic position of Abu Dhabi and the excellent relationships that we had in the UAE with the countries around us, within the Gulf and beyond the Gulf, led us to be able to define and indeed capture a very large market demand. This is the 8th agreement that Dolphin announces, but the first 7 of the first 7, 6 were market announcements where we were able to secure the commitments to be able to import gas into a variety of countries, including going backwards geographically, Pakistan, Oman, Dubai, and Abu Dhabi. Not to mention Qatar, where we will have requirements for our own gas. You'll know that the principal source of our gas, not the only one, but the principal source of our gas will be from Qatar, and that was also one of the announcements that were made in the past. And this position of not only being home to a very strong market, but also market makers, because as you'll see from this picture behind us, this project, if you call it a project, is really a series of projects, a series of self-contained, profitable ventures that go along the whole value chain, from energy, from the upstream all the way through to the downstream in a whole variety of countries. And although we ourselves may not be actual investors in every single one of the projects that Dolphin is going to enable, the ability to bring energy to market in a cost-effective, efficiently financed, and very timely manner gives us a very unique strength. The announcement today has been something that many of you here today, I see many old friends who've been asking questions for many months, has been waited for, because clearly what we don't want to do is reinvent the wheel. And we have today what we believe are the 2 best wheelsmiths in the world to be able to deliver a project like this technically and financially in the fastest possible way. And speed is important for us because, again, we are ourselves driven out of the market and out of the making of the market. The position of Abu Dhabi and the UAE specifically is one of not only geography. We're blessed to be in between the major sources of demand and the major sources of supply. But more importantly, we are also in the position of being able to drive forward a lot of these development plans through our own investment portfolios. And that puts us in a position of a market maker. And last, and I think not least, the relationships that have allowed us to make access, to give us access to markets where many companies, many global international companies, have failed in the past. And they've not failed because of a lack of technical expertise or failed because of a lack of financial strength or clout. But I think the difficulty of being able to work the different cultures. And we have today 3 very different but very complementary cultures that we believe are uniquely placed. So I think with that introduction, if you don't mind, I'd like to pass on the podium, if I will, to our new partners. Joe, perhaps if we would start with you.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Amin. Well, first of all, we're very happy to be here this morning, and good morning to everybody that's here. Many of you in the audience are sort of nodding off because you've had a very difficult last several days finalizing the agreements, and so we'll try and not keep you too long. First of all, we at Enron want to applaud the Offsets Group and UOG. Certainly this has been a dynamic initiative, a very good strategy, and I think the result of any ambitious, complex, and creative strategy is people with good, hard work and good, clear minds, and certainly our partners have that, and we appreciate very much you choosing Enron and look forward to being your partner in Dolphin. I also want to recognize our strategic partner, ELF Total Fina ELF.
Total Fina.
Total Fina. And tell you how much we're looking forward to working with you. Once again, your company has a very good reputation, very much a pioneer in the upstream part of our business, which is critical to this effort, and we look forward to being your partner as well. I know that most of you know a good bit about the Offsets Group, and I'm sure you'll learn more about Total Elfina. But I'd like to just take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about Enron. Our background is in the natural gas business initially, and it still very much forms a very important part of our business. But over time, we've evolved into electricity and now communications, and consider ourselves one of the leading marketers of electricity, gas, and broadband communication systems in the world today. We're headquartered in Houston, Texas, but we have international operations in about 42 countries and have been fairly successful in recent times in development efforts throughout a large part of the developing world, in Latin America, India, and Asia. Just yesterday here in London, we opened a new London office, Enron House, which is a new office building that will house our operation in Europe from here in London, and it's just become a very large part of our business. So I think the skill sets we bring in the midstream, the wholesale skill sets, the development skill sets, the ability to construct, finance, and operate infrastructure projects makes us a worthy partner for the Offsets Group and ELF in this venture. I think it's also important to point out that this is a very important effort for Enron because it gives Enron a position in the Middle Eastern markets initially, which we don't currently have. So we're very happy to be part of the venture for what it might do in terms of our future business as part of Dolphin and perhaps outside of Dolphin if that's necessary. It's also, I think, important to point out that this project, when Dolphin, when it's realized, in our opinion, will bring an awful lot to the region as well. In order to grow, any region needs good, reliable sources of energy. In this particular region where there's so much natural energy, this will allow us to mobilize the gas and provide it to markets that then can grow and build economically and industrially in the region. So it's I think will be of great benefit to the region as well. I'll close by saying, once again, how excited we are to be part of this dynamic partnership and how much we're looking forward to working in the region and with our new partners. Thank you.
Chair.
Thank you very much. I'm also very proud and very happy to be here today as the representative of, at the beginning it was ELF, now it's Total Fina ELF. But the name of Total Fina ELF is probably not going to change. It's a scoop. And for us it's a very important project, and we are again very happy to conclude this partnership today. And that will reinforce our position in the Middle East. It was already the case for ELF, but of course it's even more the case with now this merger between ELF and Total Fina. We were ELF in Qatar. Total was also in Qatar, but they were more in the Emirates. So I think that the complementarity is obvious. And our commitment was strong. It is going to be even stronger. Is that possible? I'm not sure, because it was very strong. And Total, the position of Total ELF, Total Fina ELF in the region is already very important, because you probably know that this group will be the fourth international oil company in the world. But in the Middle East, perhaps you don't know that we are already the second. I'm not going to tell you who is the first. You know it, or guess. And again, we are very, very happy to participate to this regional challenge, and we hope it will be a success, and we are sure it will be, because we think that the partnership we have is a good one. As you say, Doctor, we are very different, which is, I think, a good sign. And we think that we have all the complementarity we need to have a good success. And again, we are very committed to the success of this project. And thank you, and we hope we will be a very good partnership.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to keep our statements as short as possible. I know there's been a lot of documentation thrown around, and we expected that people may wanted to present questions more than listen to our statements. So if there are any questions amongst you, we stand ready.
How much equity are the two companies taking in the project, and how is it going to be set up?
The UAE is retaining 51% of the total equity, with the remainder, 24.5%, being shared between Enron and Total Alfina.
Yes, Dr. Amin, the capital on the partnership, how much is that going to be? Sorry. The total capital being put in by the partners, how much is that going to be? How much is being committed by the partners here today? How much is going to come from capital and other markets? Is there a deadline for the finalisation of the signature of agreement? That's about 3 or 4 questions.
Well, we have